It all started because of this one button.
You were playing Balatro wrong.
This is what I was just told by my friend Gary, but he was wrong. There isn't just one way to play a game. So after a huge argument, we made a deal. If I could beat him in a race while I skipped every single blind, he would have to admit I was right, and that we can all play games in our own ways. But if I lose, I would have to delete Balatro forever. Because
There's no point you even having the game, since you're just gonna play it wrong.
So with both of us on blue deck, the race to beat white stake began. But this wasn't going to be easy. And after a couple failed runs, I had finally figured out how I could win. Using our first skip, we double our money from 4 to 8. And our second skip gives us a free polychrome joker in the shop. For the first boss, I played a full house, then a flush, allowing us to get out in only 2 turns. In the shop, I buy the free polychrome swashbuckler and the buffoon pack for an even Steven, which I sell right away so I can dupe my polychrome joker using the spectral pack. I found it's best to spend as much as possible in the shops since I'll only get 8 of them. So I also get the +1 hand size voucher before heading into Ante 2. Our first skip gives us a standard pack for a blue seal 7 and a molt jack. The second skip gives us huge value, doubling our money. Maybe I should say my money. But before we could start the Ante 2 boss, we heard,
I just finished white steak. There's no way you're gonna be able to beat me. Just delete the game already.
But it wasn't over yet. He had only completed white stake, claiming the first point. We still had black stake worth 2 points and gold stake worth 3 points. So even though I was behind, I still had a chance. Now on the boss, I play 2 flushes, and thanks to the blue seal, get a Jupiter to upgrade my flush. In the shop, we have just enough to grab the Joker stencil, giving us a much needed boost to our molt. Our skips reroll the boss blind and give us a foil Joker in the next shop. We search for our blue seal before playing a single flush to finish the boss. Our free foil is the green Joker, which even though it nerfs our stencil, we take it for the 50 chips. Our next 2 skips upgrade our straight flush by 3 and puts a free rare Joker in the shop. Then same as Ante 3, we play 1 flush for the boss. In the shop, we buy Wasteful to get a very important extra discard. Then we get the free rare DNA, which we sell for $4. We reroll once and buy the Hollow Runner for +10 molt and a bit more value on our swashbucklers. Our skips give us a coupon tag, one of the best skips for this challenge, and a free foil. The boss falls after a high card, a flush, and another high card. We sell the now useless Joker stencil for the foil Joker and open a spectral pack to change all our cards to 1 suit. We use the Arcana pack to make a wild card and buy strength to head into our next 2 skips, giving us an upgrade to pair and $10. A high card and 2 flushes finishes the boss, earning us another Jupiter. In the shop, we sell Runner for Hit the Road, giving us times 0.5 molt for every jack we discard that round. The Arcana pack gets us some money with Temperance, allowing us to re-roll a few times and sell our Joker for ice cream. We do our 2 skips for +3 hand size and $13. Then head into the plant. This debuffs face cards and makes our new Joker completely useless. But luckily with the +3 hand size, we are able to get some easy flushes. I shrink 2 kings into aces and finish with a flush for another Jupiter. In the final shop, I use the full to make 1 more Jupiter, then do a couple rerolls for the moon and swap out our green Joker for abstract, giving us 5 extra molt. One of our skips rerolls the boss from Crimson Heart to Cerulean Bell, putting us in a much better spot. And after 3 flushes, we had completed white stake. Now after what seemed like forever, it was time to take on black stake. But after a couple failed runs, Gary spoke up.
By the way, I just finished the black steak. You're not gonna be able to catch me. So why not just give up?
Maybe he was right. He was a full stake ahead. Could I really catch up? But I have one huge advantage that will give me a chance. Since I am skipping every single blind, I am able to finish my runs 3 times as fast. So with the score now 0 to 3, our only hope was to beat black and gold stake before he could just beat gold. This would tie the score and force us into the tiebreaker. Luckily, our first shop on this run had just the thing we needed. For the first 2 skips, we get investment and a free shop tag. Then after 2 flushes and 1 pair, we see the shop where we get Splash, which is okay. But Stuntman, this gives us +250 chips. We then open up our first buffoon pack for Throwback, giving us 0.25 molt for every blind skipped. Then our second Joker pack gives us a misprint. We then buy the boss reroll voucher and roll a couple times for the moon. Skipping through, we get a double tag, then make 2 free shop tags. The boss gets obliterated with 1 pair. In the shop, we open our free packs for a Jupiter and a Chariot to make a steel card. We buy Cloud9 for some money and use Neptune because it was free. We reroll for a Jupiter and then sell Splash for popcorn to get a little extra mult. Our skips give us another free shop tag and a useless voucher tag. 1 pair destroys yet another boss. We buy Jupiter in our next shop, then open the planet pack for another. The Arcana pack gives us $20. Then we reroll for a Jupiter and sell our Cloud9 for Raised Fist, giving us some more mult. Our first skip gives us $5 for each skipped blind, and then the next rerolls the boss to the mark. But it doesn't matter, because 1 pair is all it takes. The Arcana pack gives us a Temperance, bringing our money to 90 bucks. We buy Overstock, get a Lucky King, and reroll a few times for a wild card. Skipping through, we get another free shop tag and a free uncommon Joker. We play a flush with the Lucky King for $20 and another boss evaporates. In the shop, popcorn gets sold and replaced with a useless vampire. We open our card packs for a foil Jack and a steel 2. 1 reroll later, we can replace vampire with a campfire, giving us times 0.25 mult for every card sold that ante. The final reroll gives us a new popcorn to replace misprint. Our skips for ante 6 reward us with another free shop tag and a mega pack, where I grab a steel Jack and a blue stamp 2. I sell 2 cards to buff campfire, then play a pair and a high card to take out the boss. In the shop, we buy earth to buff campfire and open the Arcana pack for some Temperance money. Then we purchase the blank voucher and the world, just in case we need an emergency flush. Our skips give us a negative Joker and +3 hand size. I then use my Temperance and sell the world for that sweet extra mult. With the help of the boss, we are able to get 2 easy flushes and head into our final shop. We grab the negative banner and the 1 more hand voucher, then throw all of our money left into buffing campfire. These 2 skips are useless. Now the only thing blocking our path from gold stake is the Crimson Heart, but after 3 simple high cards, we push through. Now only gold stake remained. But I was worried. Gary was on ante 3 and the setup he had looked unstoppable, so we needed to catch up fast. I started my gold stake run and must have had help from Jimbo himself. I was spending almost no time in the shops, instantly playing the best hands. Even though we were on gold stake, this was the fastest run I had ever done. We flew all the way through to ante 8, and with our final hand, we fell short. One of the best parts about skipping every blind is how fast you can play. Gary was on ante 6, and we had time for 1 more run, but a single mistake here would mean the end. So what may be my final game of Balatro began. Our skips give us $25 and +3 hand size, making this first boss a breeze. A breeze. A breeze! Oh my gosh, why did I do that? Our first buffoon pack gives us flash card. I then buy a faceless Joker for some extra money and reroll a few times to buff flashcard, giving us a foil walkie-talkie and a Jupiter. Our skips reward us $15 and a free polychrome. Then it was time for the needle, which we barely get a flush off for. Our polychrome is a smiley face, giving us a bit of direction for our build. Before heading out, we also grab the ice cream. Our skip gives us a D6 tag. This is the best tag for flashcard. The boss blind falls to a pair, then a flush, revealing our shop, where we buy a Jupiter and a buffoon pack, giving us our best Joker. We open an Arcana pack and I go for the Wheel of Fortune, which somehow hits. Reroll for a photograph and the sun, then buy the blank voucher and reroll again for Luchador. I was playing like a psycho this run, but everything was somehow falling into place. We skip for an uncommon Joker and upgrade high card, then sell Luchador to disable the boss blind. After 1 flush, we had almost doubled the needed score. Gary wasn't letting up though. He was already halfway through ante 7, but I was on fire. We do some rerolls to buff flashcard and get 2 of the best skips we possibly could. We play 2 flushes and buy a misprint in the shop. The Arcana pack is a Temperance, allowing us to get a ton of rerolls in. We get Poly and $11 for our skips, and with a super easy boss blind, we bring it down on a flush and 2 pairs. Gary had just reached ante 8, but we weren't far behind. We sell our misprint for a polychrome faceless, then do a couple of rerolls for the mult. Our 2 skips upgrade pair and give us a negative. This boss blind was going to set us to $0 if we played a flush, so we needed to be very careful. We don't have time to be careful. We played 2 flushes and sped through the shop, getting the free negative, swapping our faceless with a seltzer, and using our last $6 to make 3 more clubs. If I was right, we were going to be reaching the ante 8 boss at the same time. I used my 2 skips, giving us a foil and a steel card, but right before I played my first hand...
I just won!
Oh my, are you for real?
Go ahead and delete Balatro.
But as I got ready to close Balatro forever, I had to check one last thing. When I pulled up his screen, what I saw was his biggest mistake. He had lost his run. Not only that, but he lied to me about it. But why? That didn't matter now. All I had left to do was take down the ante 8 boss and I would force the tiebreaker. As I played my final hands, all I could hear was the pounding of my heart. Let's go! We had 1 gold stake, but our celebration didn't last long, because now the real challenge was about to begin. The score was tied 3-3, forcing something neither of us were expecting, the tiebreaker. But this final round would be far from fair. We would both be on plasma deck white stake, and whoever made it the farthest in this single run would be crowned the winner. So by losing our only advantage in speed, we would be heading into the tiebreaker to fight our hardest battle yet. Our run starts with a free polychrome and +3 hand size. The boss easily goes down to 1 flesh. We grab our polychrome order, but I don't know if I want to play straights yet. Opening the buffoon pack, we get Riff Raff. Ante 2's first skip gives us an upgrade to flush and pair. We skip again for 2 common jokers, but I sell 1 so Riff Raff can make 2 more. Our first hand is a straight for about 6k. But our second hand is a flush for 16,000, so another run of playing flushes. We buy the Arcana pack and use Judgment for a molt on clubs. Odd Todd gets sold for popcorn and then the Droll for blue joker. Skipping, we get 25 bucks and a double tag. Then 1 flush later, the boss is decimated. We get a Jupiter, then re-roll into a foil Devious, which we sell Crafty for. Our double tag turns into 2 Celestial packs. The first I skip, and in the second we get an upgrade to straight and high card. The boss blind gets re-rolled to something harder, but it doesn't matter. Boom! We buy Hanged Man and open the Arcana pack for Temperance. With a bit of extra money, we skip into a throwback. It seemed everything was going our way, and I was going to do everything in my power to win this, but I couldn't get comfortable, because I still hadn't heard anything from Gary. We replace our popcorn for a banana, but we weren't done, because 2 rerolls later, we get Blackboard, which we trade Blue Joker for. 2 useless skips and 1 flush later, we are moving on to ante 6. In the shop, we just get the Jupiter because we are broke. Our skip gives us a negative tag and an Arcana pack for an Emperor and a Fool. In the boss, we play 1 straight for a huge score, but to beat Gary, we were going to need more than that. We get a free negative fortune teller, then selling Judgment, we use the Emperor for Hanged Man and a huge Wheel of Fortune. In the Arcana pack, we use Hanged Man, then kind of waste the Emperor. Our skips give us a blue seal and $9. The boss this time makes playing a flush set money to 0. Normally I wouldn't care, but now we need all the money we can get. So I play a straight worth 1.2 million. As long as we don't lose any jokers, we were definitely. In the shop, we get the blank voucher and ramen, boosting our molt big time. Our money gets doubled from 7 to 14 and we get a free polychrome tag. After a pair, a high card, and a straight, we bring down the ante 8 boss. But we weren't finished yet, because it was whoever made it the farthest that would win. So for the first time, we pushed into ante 9. Our polychrome turns into a swashbuckler, which we sell our devious joker for. We waste the rest of our money, then get 2 foil tags. We play this boss pretty poorly, but it falls after our 3rd pair. In the shop, we buy only the death and head into our skips, letting us put a blue seal on a card and getting a free uncommon joker. We play a pair, then a straight to destroy the boss blind with 28 million score. At this rate, there is no way we don't make it past ante 11. In the shop, I sold ramen for card sharp, allowing us to finally discard again, but I should have checked the boss blind. No. We made it to the ante 11 boss, but would this be enough? If Gary had made it a single blind farther, I would never play Balatro again. And after what felt like an eternity, Gary finally spoke up.
I think I finally just figured out what you were trying to tell me.
What are you talking about?
Just watch my footage, please, and you'll get it.
As I watched through his plasma deck run, I began to understand what he was trying to tell me. On the most important part of this competition, he wasn't even playing to win. He was playing to have fun. Having fun was the reason this whole argument started, but having fun was also what brought it to an end.